Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is a video for GPE 340 for the Milestone #1. And I actually just did another video, but I thought I would go over some things that I might have missed. And I think I'll go ahead and talk about each one of these things again, and also show you what I was, because I added a couple of things, and my repo is no longer good since I changed repo locations and had to make a new repo. So that will definitely change, and I'll add this video to it. Before I begin, I did want to put up a disclaimer because one of my coworkers knew what I was up to, and she said, hey, considering your line of work, you probably should think about sticking a disclaimer up there because the type of game it is. And since you teach first grade, I said, you know what, you're right, I probably should do that. Okay, so here's my disclaimer. This is a top-down shooter, which means the characters will shoot at one another. It is a completely fictional game. It contains a mouse with a Nerf gun shooting a friend on a playground. Having said that, I do not condone or support any weapon, real or fake, in or around a real school or in around a real school playground. So sorry, UAT. I know the rest of you might be like rolling your eyes about this one, but since I'm first grade, I probably thought the safest thing for me to do is go ahead and throw that up there, especially the don't condone or support fake weapons such as Nerf guns on a real school playground. Okay, so let me see. If you are watching this and you are not from UAT and you're one of my little first graders, or sorry guys, not little, but if I have ever taught you and you are younger than age 12, go and check with your grown-ups at this time and say, hey, first grade teacher's not here, make another video. Are we allowed to watch this? Because she said words like top-down shooter and that it takes place on a playground, even though it's Nerf guns. Make sure you have permission before you continue to watch the rest of the video. Plus, it's probably going to be very boring, you know, coding and things like that. So I don't know if you really have a whole lot of interest if you are below 12 anyway, but there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the rest of it. I came up with this idea slowly after I was looking at ways to build more things for my environment. So let me see. First thing on the milestone was that the character uses root motion. Characters imported, show the animations are reported, and explain a little bit about how root motion works. Okay, I got my character. My character is this mouse over here. And I got my mouse from Mixamo. There he is, ready to go. And I explained some of this in the last video, but like I said, I'm going to do it again. And we were supposed to explain a little bit about, whoops, that's the next one. A little bit about root motion. There it is. Okay, so this is the part for the Unity manual that discusses root motion. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you were supposed to work within the animation clip and inside Inspector in Unity to bake your root motion into positions to get it to do what you want it to do. So mouse is definitely important because I got it from Mixamo. I got the animations from Mixamo too. As soon as you click on animate, like characters are here, and that's where I got the mouse, and it's going to take for a minute to load. Animations are here, and they said for us to download the rifle pack, pro rifle pack. Get it right here in a minute. Pro rifle pack. I did this last time too. Like I think I put down rifle for a second instead of rifle. Okay, so I got the pro rifle pack, and then I stuck all of them inside the Unity engine, downloaded all of them and everything. So right here is the animations, and here's the pro rifle pack. Then, in order to give the mouse animations, and you know, I got stuck on the last video because, you know, I said mouse and then I was talking about computer mouse and I was getting all confused. So I'm going to name him Gus Gus. So if you've ever seen Cinderella, you've seen Gus Gus the mouse. Yeah, because this guy reminds me so much of Gus Gus. So he's going to be Gus. And hopefully I won't get anything for like copyright things, you know. So if like a SWAT team shows up at my house with mouse ears, I'll let you know. Having said that, probably safest that if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I've guessed the mouse from Cinderella, then you can just go on your own Google and search Guess from Cinderella. And I'm sure you're going to get some pictures. Okay, so anyway, once you take your prefab, your like blue box, you can go in and, well, here, I'll put it back at the beginning. So take the prefab and you went to the arrow and then you clicked on this part of it and then you tell it to edit. You have to first work with the rig, which I explained a little bit in the last video. It starts at generic. Supposed to change it to humanoid. I guess that's only if you want a humanoid, but yeah, for this project, he's humanoid. Even though he's a mouse. And then drag in your avatar. So I just took the prefab of my mouse and stuck him up in the scene. And I'm looking for my blur now. There he is. Okay, so this was his avatar, and all I had to do was, whoops, take player and just slide it over. Slide his, there it goes, avatar into the box where it says source. And then you have to mess with the animations. Now, in order to do this, you had to mess with every single animation. So I only did his like run state, really. I did mess with his jump, but it didn't really work out. Like he was like a flying Superman that never came down and was frozen in midair. So I decided that probably wasn't good. So, but like all of these were the runs, so I had to go and do this to every single one of them. There's like, I don't know, like 10 of them that you had to mess with, or 20 of them. Like, there's a whole lot of them you had to mess with. And then when you get to the animation, decide whether or not to loop. If he's running or walking, he would loop. If he's doing something like picking something up from the ground that you don't want to see over and over again, you would not loop. But for thinking like running, things like that, it would loop. Death scene probably wouldn't loop. His idol would loop. Those are the things that would loop. So anyway, for bacon to position, based upon original, I stuck all 3 of these original. It looked better that way. I really didn't mess with the center of mass at all. Because like even when I went into the Unity manual, they talked about you have original automatically add the offer offset. So I thought I would just kind of stick with these directions. And since they talked about the original, use the original. And then when you bake it into position, like if you bake it the wrong way, when he's down here doing his thing, like it is really bad if you put it the wrong way. Like he'll go in circles or he'll fall through the floor or, you know, just strange things. So you kind of like know if he, if his animation is wrong, you'll know it as soon as you bake it into position the wrong way. But anyway, so animation's in, and he's definitely in my scene. And, that was rotation, but I'll show you that in a minute. But okay, he can, yeah, go forward and backwards and left and right. And I just reversed my left and right. But there you go. See, he does do what he's supposed to do. Rotation. Okay, so that should be all that one. Next, can move north, south, east, west, world space. Well, kind of technically showed you, like, he's kind of doing that. But inverse transform direction. Okay, so I shall bring up the inverse transform direction buttons next. There it is. Okay, basically, I just used what was in here already, and they said to use a transform inverse transform direction, vector 3 forward, and that is basically all that I did to get him to go his direction. So, and I put on a thing already, and I have a kid screaming in the background. Of course I do. Why not? Because, you know, that's my life. All right, I'm going to pause this, and then I will be back. Hopefully I won't turn off. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's working, it's back. Okay, so next, let me see. What was I going to do? I don't know what I was doing after all that. Kid with broken glasses. Okay, oh, there I am. Okay, so, transform inverse, transform direction. So I just basically did it how the one thing said to do it, just like this. And I did put part of my comments, since it says comment throughout, because I commented like on everything that I could. I said pawn mover and component pawn mover, call by frame, get the key code W when you press W, so on and so forth. And then I put down the transform world forward into local space, just like they said over here on the website. Since I said transform world forward into local space, it's the exact same thing as that. Let me see. And that I'm using transform direction to move the player forward. So I used a vector 3 forward. Like backward didn't quite work, so I just did negative. I did negative vector 3 dot forward, and that worked to move him. And then I did a right and a left, and so that worked to get him to move. Okay, so let me see. That one should be taken care of. Character rotates to face the mouse. Okay, and I did talk about that in the other. I talked about all these in the other videos, so I'll come to trying to do them faster than the first one, if I can. Okay, so plane and raycast. Okay. So down here is so we're rotating to mouse position and such. So here, hold on, let me see it again. Yeah, rotates to face the mouse. And explain how the code works for play raycast. And then top down camera vector 3 move forward. So I'll talk about vector 3 camera in just a second. I actually have a camera controller to talk about that. Okay, but so the plane, so I had a plane, called a plane, new plane, vector 3 up. Did a float distance, so made the plane to set to the plane. And then this is the raycast, the plane raycast that I talked about. So I made the ray, and it also set to the camera as there too. So screen point to ray, so that it would work with the camera as well. And then for the if statement, if the plane's raycast rays out distance. So I'm creating the ray to the plane, and then if we hit it, if it looks and it hits it, then it's going to rotate to look when you move the mouse. So a target dot look at, and then you're looking at the intersection. And he does do that. So like when I go back in and, oh, hi, good, he's still playing. Okay. I am moving the mouse right now. So, I mean, I'm moving Gus, the mouse, with the computer mouse. There we go. So that is taken care of. Okay, next one was rotates mouse to face the top-down camera tracks player via code vector 3 move towards. Okay, so that is the code over here. Camera controller. Okay, and then down here, I did that within the update. Well, like all of this, I just decided to make like an entire camera controller to take care of this. So I made a transform target, vector 3 offset, made a float to contain the speed. I made it public. I know we're supposed to be trying to do private and such. So like this one, I made it private, but I wanted to, like for this, I wanted to do public so that you could change the speed in the inspector if you want to, because I was playing around with his speed and camera speed and everybody's speed. I like to play with the speed. Okay, so offset target, transform top position to get his position, to get the camera's position, sorry. The camera to get the mouse's, or sorry, Gus the mouse's position. There we go. Okay, and then here is what that requires. And this is where, in the update, it sets up the camera to follow player by finding the player's position and subtracting the offset. So this is the vector 3 dot move towards that they talked about in the assignment. Vector 3 dot move towards. So there, have that. Character uses rigid body colliders, and it shows components gravity collision affecting the player. Okay, and seen as appropriate for testing. And my new mechanic above and beyond, that kind of like all goes together. So I kind of talk about like all this together. So if we look, proof of gravity and collision, I'm going to show you in just a second. An interesting level with ramp collisions tests objects to navigate around, over, and under. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then the above and beyond was like my environment. So, okay. So I started out in the last video, unpause. Okay. I started out in the last video and all he really had was this little like thing here. And it was okay. I mean, he could go up his little ramp and he could go onto his blocks. Whoop. Sometimes this controller is kind of wonky. Ah, okay, but there, gravity has just taken effect. I'm not going to go clear the top this time. Okay, but you saw it. And he can go over, he can go under, and he can crawl up the ramps. But then when I was done with creating that, I thought, oh, that kind of almost looks like a little thing like a kid would build. I think I'm going to turn this into like a little mouse house, give him a bed inside there and stuff, put a little roof over his head. It'd be cool to take my camera and to be able to do like two things like with it, like the player could do this with it, and like the camera is right there. Or the player could, like, I don't know, make it so that you're looking through the mouse's eyes and, you know, it like kind of like a Minecraft thing where like you can just like become that character and you can just like go in and out things and see exactly what they're seeing. Because it does kind of get in the way here eventually. Okay, so but like all this, you can't like go past this rock. I mean, I know his ear like cut off there. Sorry, that just it's like it's there, but you know, the rocks have colliders, those have colliders. This obviously has a collider because I can't get through it. So other than some glitches like with his ears, because he's got big ears. Oh, dude, come on. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. I was going to use jump as my like extra piece or whatever, like what is it, the extra effort, what did we say? Extra effort, new game mechanic above and beyond. I was going to do the jump, but I never did quite get it working. Like he was always like Superman frozen in midair. So instead, I'm like sticking an entire playground in here, and I've got some of it done. I'll take you to the screen here in a minute and show you my playground. This one I haven't really technically got all set up yet because I want like a slide function or a crawl function. I want him to go underneath of the ladder. That's my master plan. Okay, but like I did put like colliders on this one, so he can go up the slide. Oh, there we go. See, you can see it really well in this one. See, wouldn't it be cool like if you could like go behind him, like directly behind him, like you could go to the side, you could go behind, but I haven't done all that yet. I just started this mess. There you go. Anyway, you can go up the slide. I need to like change that to blue up there too, make it like matching. That's driving me crazy. It's like white on blue. It's really bad coloring. Okay. Anyway, and then so I had colliders on that. I don't have colliders on like everything yet though. But if I like go over here, I'm going to the other side now. I need to speed him up. He is slow. Slow mouse. But he's definitely mouse size, so I like that. Like I purposely made him tiny while everything else is really huge and big around him. Alright, come on. Why don't you get to the other side? Oh, dude. Oh, no. That floor is, like, not in a good place. Okay, so, like, here, actually, I probably need to set my camera. That's the only thing that I have that has an issue is, like, I almost have to set up like this so that I can watch him go up because my controls are so wonky and I'm still trying to mess with these slides. Okay, where's my other slide? That's that one. Yeah, okay. Now I want my other slide. Okay, there we go. Aha! Okay, so, like I have, wait a minute. Oh, would help if I did that. Alright. And you can see where the other one is in there. So I'll need that to, like, guide my way. Anyway. And I, like, made the inside of it so that you could just, see, I need a better way to do this. Like, you can barely see it. And, like, you're going only by the camera on the inside of the slide. But anyway, it'll, like, I really can't control this guy. Hope I don't want to lose points on that. Anyway, and there's, like, a point where he has some trouble getting onto the next part of the slide. Come on, dude. Come on, come on, come on. a problem getting him to, there it goes. See, whoops. So I need to like back that up and do some other things with it. But that's what I got so far. And there is another platform in there ready for him to finish. And I have some things on all the other slides, although my jump, even as it is right now, it's kind of like slightly ineffective because like on the other side of it, like when I get him inside the slide, I cannot jump. And I don't think it's gliders like above or anything either. I think it's just like, I don't know, for some reason. Yeah, like I'm trying to jump and he will not jump. He'll jump out here. Won't jump in there. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. But, and I did try to add like jump animations. I have them set up and everything just so you can see and know. Like there was this, it was baked into pose. Oh wait, no, that one is not. But originally I really did have it, like, and it was in there, it was ready to go. Then I deleted it. I might have like set everything back to 0. No, see, because there it has the avatar humanoid. See, so you can tell I was trying to set the thing up. But when he decided to, you know, become Superman and like fly midair forever, I was like, okay, I need some other kind of other add-on here to this entire thing. And there's some kind of issue with the dog, so. Oh no, I hope it's not still paused, right? Boy, I hope it's not still paused. Oh, is it still paused this entire time? No, it's not. It's surely not paused this entire time. Okay, anyway, let me see. Okay, so anyway, new mechanic, Above and Beyond is, sorry, distracted by children and dogs. Okay, it was the playground and then the jump, even though it wasn't entirely animated because the animation didn't quite work out. I definitely have proof of rigid bodies and gliders. I have gravity. He went to top of the slide and jumped off of it and fell down off the slide. And then I've commented throughout the whole thing. So I think that's well commented and encapsulated. I tried to use the on the standard methods and tried to line up all my brackets and everything as best as I could and tried to make my code as neat as possible. So, oh, and then to also further thing, the like organization, just so that I can prove the organization here. Like I've got the everything in, whoops, file folders ready to go. Like this is my playground because I did get it off of the asset store. And stuck all those in. Animations though have folder, materials have this folder. I guess I could stick the textures with the materials, but for right now they're not. And then scripts are in here. And then I've already started to mess with my weapons because I've got like this Nerf gun thing going on. So I've got a whole bunch of ideas for toy guns. And like all these become a toy gun. They look kind of like toy guns to me. So yay, toy guns. Nerf gun. Nerf gun battle. Okay, so I think that is it for this one. I think I covered all the points. And as long as this crazy thing was able to record even when I paused earlier, it should be good. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.